starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Come on, set. 60 yards. Get that ball. Recon, 132 fighter. Bravo.
The first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second. Hey, exit. At the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake. Herbert. Going deep for Hopkins. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Muhammad. And he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
Big 20.
Easy. Hey, Delta.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Batted away by the rookie out of Kentucky, Lonnie Johnson.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Let him know. Check. 21, 22, zebra.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Here we go. Check.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Darren Lee in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field. Definitely
a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
32. Under 10. 10. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Double right. Big
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
50. Mike 20. I got him. Everyone, Mike 20. 10. Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. He's coming. We got zebra.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set. Red 80. Mike's 56. Let's get it together. 11. And middle. Bang. Switch. Watch the safety creep. Check 50. Joker. Hurry. Look what he had.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the 50-yard line.
Hey, 280. I'm going to come back to you. Check 43. Jam.
From the 50, it's Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Now Justin Coleman brings him down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Right. He's done. Hey, box drop. Even. 4 gap. Even. Mike 22, he's coming. Mike.
Second and 6. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On first and 10, Herbert. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Hey, let's go.
First down.
Mike 22's coming. Mike.
On first down, Herbert. And Sanders has got it complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Second down and inches. And his throw is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches.
You ain't doing nothing today. General West. Go. Ready.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
First down, Texans.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood!
Operating from the gun. Herbert, it's caught by Mike Evans. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose, and the Lions have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, 1st down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Deuce. Undercrush. Hey. Undercrush. Hey, Red.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
21-yard line.
Marty, 180. Heavy on the edges.
On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford, and that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Right, 22. Hey, Mike 20. Come off the ball. Five. Mike 20. Man, I got you.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
We got 4. We got 6.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Monday.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Complete. It's Johnson. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Running with Howard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they run with Howard. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Howard. Romeo Okwara in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the give, running right is Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, Orvin. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Off play action. Herbert. Airing this one out for Evans. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And the Texans first down.
Ready up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coach are both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
90 Wolf. Hey, let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Howard, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Howard with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Bravo. Out. Check 3. Kill. Protein spill. Get it.
They'll look to throw. Throws left side. And he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets them even closer. Now a 2-point game. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Check, crunch. Check 49. Watch out. Watch the twist. Check. Tighten up.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Lady! Hey, Mike 20. I hope you brought your
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Keelan Cole, the intended target.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Ready. Check that one, Mike 52 right here. Watch the screen.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. He completes it to Evans. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, Alpha. Check 59, Mike is 59. Hey, Delta. Go.
2nd and 5. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
Hey, Stu.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. This one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they jump out in front here. It's 11-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive?
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney merciless. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run with Howard, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Off the play fake. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. I mean, just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Here I come. Here I come. Give me radar.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check 37. Check 37. Hey, 5-0. 32. Wide. Get wide. Like 7. Hey. I got him. On me. Hey, box truck. Ready,
Again, it's Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I'm coming.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Set, 280. 56. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. Easy. You're all mine. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56. And middle. Get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep running.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Johnson's got it complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Set, yellow 80. Yellow 80. It's our time, guys. It's our time. 21. 56 to Mike.
Stafford on 3rd down. Looking for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
I'm coming after you. Slam. 80 weapons.
They go with Howard again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
65. Get it.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Down. 360 outlaw. Get that ball, T. Get that ball.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he finds McDonald. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
First down.
Let's go.
This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it first and 10. Now a handoff, Geis going right. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at their 48-yard line.
Ready, set. 2's coming, 22's coming, Mike. Let's make these babies cry. General West. Deep river.
A give, the first man through, Gillespie of the fullback. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Here we go, D. Hey, high 7. Mike 22's coming, 22's coming, Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come. Mike 22. You gonna get this boy? Go. Hey, echo. Flare. Fire.
From the gun, Herbert. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Steve 6.
On 4th down, Herbert. And he's going to go down way back at the 42-yard line. Trey Flowers. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Show it. Hey, check 24. Kill. He's crashing. He's checking. Middle.
Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marcus Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Go! Ready?
Off play action. Herbert airing this one out for Evans. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Switch up, five.
Off the play fake. Herbert. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. They'll try and run with their fullback. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
At the 41-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Pilot. 64. Read. 8. Read. And bring it. Hey. Wahoo.
Off play action. Herbert. And the catch made by Hopkins. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a pass hauled in downfield. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Hey, Charlie.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He finds his target. It's Evans. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now, they're not close to the first down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Lions will take over. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Back at the 11-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Easy, alert! Bravo! Mark 56! Mark 56! I'm coming!
Now Johnson. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Stafford. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And it's fielded at the 34. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready! 60 or. Coming this way, here we go. Hey, exit. Shoot!
Off the play fake. Herbert. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Mike Evans. His 21st touchdown of the season as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They begin the drive with Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Slam, slam, slam. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Slam, slam.
Big 20. You ready?
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Hey, easy, easy. Mike 20. 40 got.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. 2 minutes remain. That's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Here we go with Johnson. Kerryon Johnson turned away on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Mike Evans. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
That's got to be a long day. Check, 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 check. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
He's back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 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 hey. Go get him. Go get him. Switch. Switch.
Check 52.
Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Yellow 80! Yellow 80!
Check. Check hot route.
53! Ready!
Check
Now it's Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
22!
Ship. Watch the ship.
Hey, Delta! Double right!
20. I'm scared. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Kill, kill, kill.
They snap it to Stafford. Now he's forced out, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. J.J. Watt, and the Texans are going to win the football game.
Let's go! 60 outlaw, blue draw quarter.
You.
Hey, Zoo! Get ready!
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Stafford now 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Check pass. Check pass.
53, ready. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, box drop, box drop.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
4 down, 4. Hey, high 7. Monday.
Check the backer. Check the backer.
59.
Stafford now to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. J.J. Watt in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game.